And good morning. We made it to Friday. Don't know what area of the country you guys are in. If you assuming you're from America, I know a lot of people aren't. It is snowing here today. That is very, very rare for my region of the country. And the roads are slick on our news. There are people in ditches, going off of exits. It's crazy. So let me see who's in here. We got our friend Kat backstage. Always great discussion and conversation and humor with her. She'll be up in a second. Fed up. Missed you, lovely peeps, yesterday. Yes, I apologize for that. I absolutely hate when I have to cancel a live. It's rare. I mean, things happen, but I woke up yesterday and I always get up. I mean, I get up with the chickens. I'm up early, and I could not get up. My ear hurt so bad. It happens to me a couple times a year, but doing better now. A little stopped up, but I'll live. Tina, good morning. Deb, good morning. Shannon, good morning. KJ3, good morning. Uli girl, good morning. There's Fed Up again. You got it twice. There, my girl Momo, Lisa, Dixie. Hope everyone is having a great day. What's everyone doing for the weekend? Oh, I see Celeste. Cloudy, rainy day in West Texas. I would take cloudy and rainy over this. Fun to skib. Hello. 7 degrees in Colorado. Kayla, good morning. Casey, hello. Cat's Eye, hello. Sonia, hello. Hope everyone's doing wonderful. The Friday shows are always fun. Of course, our members live is always wild. It's fun, but it's just a lighthearted couple of shows to get us decompressed for the weekend. Wolfcat, hello. Hello. Sundown Farms, what a cool name. And I love the sunflowers. Hey, Jay Butter. Michelle, hello. 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 Hope everybody's doing good. There's Clark. How are you? Kane's in here. Call in attendance. Be a shiner, not a whiner. Hello. Sharon, hello. Miss Bree, hello. So hope everyone is doing good. I know I've already said that like a million times, but I hope you are doing well. So Roxanne, Mississippi Gulf Coast. Love that area. Love that area. And raining cats and dogs. Wow. So a lot of people are getting precipitation. It's supposed to warm up here in a couple hours and then rain. So it'll clear all this stuff out. So that's good because I'm not a fan of winter. I mean, we have daylight savings this weekend. We should not be having any precipitation, at least in this area. Yeah, Just Me has the same. She has the same. I see some new names in here, guys. Hit that sub button while we're getting settled in. Give it a like. Going to bring Kat up, and I've got to show you guys this video. I saw it on the news this morning, and I put it up, and I'm going to show it to you because it absolutely freaked me out what this state trooper did. Hello, Kat.
Hey, good morning, Brooks. How are you?
Good, baby doll. What's up?
Not a lot. Just looking forward to the shows today.
Me too. The Friday shows, I mean, it's fun every day. Don't get me wrong. It's fun every day.
Yeah.
Crime and Justice. I was watching you last night. How are you doing today, babe? The Friday show, I mean, it's fun every day, but the Friday shows always have a different vibe.
Yeah.
Before I get to the comments, while everybody's getting settled in, you guys have got to see what this state trooper in Florida did. She saved hundreds of lives. You got to watch this.
Wow.
Hang on. Here we go. This is crazy, okay? Mm-hmm. She basically purposely had a head-on collision with a drunk driver.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Angie, what about Candace's latest live that she deleted? Girlfriend, you came to the right neighborhood because that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, I think we're going to get to that.
Don't you think I was going to miss that? I was up every hour on the hour. Couldn't wait to get in here and talk to you guys. All right, you guys got to see this. Here we go.
An incredible dashcam video showing the moment a Florida state trooper put her life on the line to protect the people she serves. And now she is describing this terrifying incident for the first time publicly. Chip Oskowski from our Tampa station explains the trooper's split-second decision that likely saved a group of runners.
Nicole, thousands of runners were out here for the Sunshine Skyway 10K over the weekend. Trooper Tony Shuck knew if she didn't stop that speeding car, the outcome could have been horrific.
I saw her veer to the left. So I thought if she saw me veer to the left again, she's going to stop. She then came to her left, which was my right, and in the video you can see I swerved slightly to the right, because again, in my mind, she's going to stop.
The driver never did. Instead, crashing nearly head-on into Trooper Tony Shuck's cruiser.
It's hard because I've done this for 26 years, and I've never been in this position.
Oh,
Wow.
I've never been in this position where I've had to put myself for somebody else.
Troopers arrested that driver, 52-year-old Kristen K. Watts, charging her with DUI with serious bodily injury, 2 counts of DUI with property damage, and 2 counts of reckless driving involving injury. This is video from her first court appearance. Sergeant Steve Gaskins was on scene that morning and described her demeanor.
She was very vocal, belligerent. She was, my understanding, in the ambulance ride to the hospital, she was belligerent. And then the way to the jail as well.
The moments leading up to the crash have replayed in her head time and time again.
Every day since it's happened, I've thought about it. You know, you go through the what ifs, but I was the last officer. I knew that. I knew it was me. So if it wasn't me to get her to stop, then who?
That accused drunk driver remains behind bars. Her bond is set at more than $50,000.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button.
I
That's
could not
incredible.
believe when I saw that she had gotten the call about a suspected drunk driver because the way she was driving. She was getting ready to plow into this, I guess, marathon. I don't know, a bunch of runners.
Wow.
And had she not hit her head on and risk her own life,
Yeah.
blew my mind. This woman is a hero. This
Yeah,
woman is a
absolutely.
hero. I
God
watched
bless her
several times. I'm like, was that a red Subaru? It was not. We saw who the driver was,
Just in case.
just in case. I'm like,
I mean,
only
that
know
woman,
of-
even in the court, she didn't even look that bothered. They said she was belligerent and all of that on the way to the jail. But even in a court appearance, she's just sitting in that wheelchair like, yeah, whatever. She doesn't seem to care. Like,
no.
crazy.
I think she
Crazy.
sat there for like 6 hours before they could get a blood draw on her. I don't understand that. And even after 6 hours, she was like 0.09%. So what was she when this wreck happened? Because it was
Wow.
nuts.
Good
Mhm.
grief.
I agree with
What a
crime and
hero.
justice.
She's a hero. That officer is absolute hero.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine making, a split decision to save all
Right.
those people, knowing that you yourself could have been
Yeah.
killed.
Absolutely.
She didn't know that she was just
Amazing.
going to get a scratch on the head and a sore
No.
shoulder. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. She's brilliant, though.
Speaking of brilliant, we got comments coming up. I'm glad you're up here for them because we have great comments, as you know. Cat's Eye has already left a wonderful comment. It's on the screen. Drink all night, delete all day. Drink all night, delete all day.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It kind of reminded me of do you know when you like drunk dial someone in the middle of the night and then you don't remember it the next morning? They like ring you and be like, do you know you said this, this, and this to me last night? And I'm like, no, I didn't. And they're like, yeah, you did. You rang me at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's what it reminded me of.
Stargirl can't hear anything. Can you guys hear okay? I don't have anything muted.
I'm not muted.
Seems like everybody can hear. So maybe she's got her volume down. I don't know. It's happened to me before. All right, I'm going to do some comments. You ready?
Ready.
Ready. Here we go. All right, here we go. I put this one up. I picked one of this one because I like the new nickname. Downfall Dawn is trying to tell everyone that Summer would not stay in the house, always going outside on her own. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I like the name. We've used
Yeah.
Dungeon Dawn, a lot of names for Dawn, and that one, Downfall Dawn. And it's the truth.
Downfall Dawn. Yeah,
Her
he did
biggest
say that.
downfall, her biggest downfall was that she wanted to be outside.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Gina, a lot of kids go missing. Now, that's what Grandis said. She goes, "Are you kidding me? She is speaking of her own child." Well, I guess she's talking about, they both said it, so I guess she's talking about Candace.
Mm-hmm.
Patterns do repeat themselves. She didn't care about her first group of children she had, praying
Right.
they had a good life. Well, they had a hell of a life because they had problems in foster care too. Don't
Mm-hmm.
think Candace cares. Jenny said, "It does not matter if grandma was there or not. She is lying about what happened, so she should go to jail too." I love this comment because what she is doing by not telling the full truth is she is hindering an investigation.
Right.
If she is lying, she could be in a lot of trouble unless she tells them the truth and they cut her a deal.
Mm-hmm.
But she is interfering with a police investigation. Several people are. But nope, Jenny, you are right. What do you think about that, Kat?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think, she's known, if she has known all of this time what happened on that day and she hasn't told anyone, to me, that would be, as much a problem as the others that may have been involved. She should be in prison. But then I would say that because our justice system, she'd probably be in prison already.
Well, I look at Maggie Boswell, and they got charges on her really fast just for her ever-changing stories,
Exactly.
for lying to the police. And that's right there in East Tennessee. I mean, it's like a couple of towns over. And I've always thought, in this case, why didn't they do the same? I mean, especially with Candace, she changed her story. Now, it could have just been on the internet. She may not have changed it with the police. I don't know. Always found that odd.
Yeah, I guess we only know what she's told us right from the start. We don't know what she told the police in the first place, do we? She could have told them the truth or told them what actually happened,
or just
but it wasn't the same story that they've ever told us.
Yeah, or she had just not, or she has stuck to the same story with them. My feeling is that she's talked to them once or twice, and the rest of the time is just like, "I already told you. I already told you. I already told you." We saw her on the behavioral panel, and she goes, "It's like I'm being interrogated again." So we know that they've talked to her, and she didn't like it, and she didn't answer what they were asking, because it was obviously a very uncomfortable situation for her.
Oh, yeah. Well, we wouldn't like to make her too uncomfortable, would we?
Never. Never. Going to talk about discomfort here in a minute because, all right, Pegasus Girl. I don't think they ever expected this to get as big as it did. No way in hell. They have already taken a page out of the book with her sister Rose being missing. People were not talking about it on social media. It was not heavily covered on the local news. They were expecting the same thing here. They were not expecting drones, helicopters, 19 agencies, various news organizations covering this, social media, YouTube. They were not expecting Facebook groups to pop up with tens of thousands of people within hours.
Right.
No, they were not. They were not.
I mean, just if this was a whole plan right from the start with Summer going missing and all of that kind of stuff, there is no way they could have planned for the aftermath as it has been. Even if the original thing was planned in the first place, they could never have planned for all of this to be happening now. That's happened since. No way.
Nope. And their reactions, the cause and effect that's going on, are from people that, well, I mean, not now, but in the beginning, their first interview, which we don't expect them to ever be primetime ready, if you know what I mean, because there's this, I don't want to say the word normal people, but you know what I mean. these are uncharted waters for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been jaw dropping since day one, and it gets crazier every time they decide to make a public appearance. It's
Yeah.
crazier.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, it's exploded for them, I think. And I think sometimes I feel like they've taken advantage of that it has exploded for them. Even if they weren't ready for it, they kind of try and, what's the word? Move into that space where they can be, front and center of their own kind of thing. Like it's a celebrity kind of thing for them, I think.
Mhm.
That they,
Oh.
Might not have expected it, but sometimes it feels like they're trying really hard to live up to their celebrity status, by being how they are.
I agree totally. I honestly used to think it was just Dawn that enjoyed the limelight. Now I realize it's her too, but she wants
Yeah.
her own spotlight. She wasn't comfortable sitting in the back while Dawn did all the
Right.
got all the attention.
Right.
Grandis, no, she wants this over. She does not want to be associated with this case.
No.
And whatever happened on June 15th. Nope, but Candace, she's putting herself right out there. We're going to get to it in a minute.
Right.
All
yeah.
right.
Grandis just wants to get the hell out of Dodge, don't she, really? Again.
Yeah, she can't wait. She
No.
can't wait. She wants to. Lawson calling them out last week before, shook her to her core. She did not like that.
No,
So
and she wasn't expecting
separated
either.
herself. No. So she tried to separate herself from the situation. Little did she realize she has sunk her teeth further in its ass.
Yep. Yep. And thank goodness, really, because that might be one of the factors that plays into the resolution of the case eventually.
I agree. So I have a comment here. You just said you have an open discussion with your subs and everyone gets it. So where's the open discussion when someone gives a different viewpoint and you tell them your channel isn't for them? Let me explain this. When I get a comment in chat that says, quit talking about this family, it's none of your business, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't, I feel sorry for Candace, I just let people know this may not be the place for you. You are more than welcome to your opinion. I will not sympathize with them. I sympathize with the victims.
Yep.
I sympathize with the victims. There's no getting away from the fact that these are negligent, abusive parents.
Right.
Whether there was a tragic accident, he wandered off on the 15th, or there is foul play, because I just don't consider abduction. I just don't. And that if you do, that's your opinion.
Right.
I'm just letting people know, hey, you're welcome to stick around, but you're probably not going to be comfortable.
Well, here's the thing. When we say opinion, usually the opinions on the panel, even if they're not what you personally agree with, Brooks, usually people that come up on the panel have a backed up opinion. They might say they feel it was an abduction and then give a reason for their opinion. We might not agree with the reasons behind their opinion. We could debate that all day, but we're not really up for people just coming in going, Candace is this, Don is great, this, that, and the other. It's an opinion that isn't backed up with anything. It has no substance to it, really. And that's not what this channel's about. No,
have an opinion,
right?
And I mean, I want to know what backs it up. That's I'm really interested in that, because
exactly,
not just in this case, any case, we can't all be right. And when everything comes out, and it's like this in every case, when it all comes out, we're like, whoa.
But no one sits there going, see, I was right, I told you this in on June the 16th, that was my opinion. No one does that,
No, and that's sick behavior. Who wants to be right? This is a
exactly
This is a tragedy. This is a tragedy,
right?
So I just want to clear that up. If you are a Wells supporter, that is your opinion. I'm not going to shame you for it. I'm just saying you might not be comfortable here. So she goes on to say, not being funny, but there are more and more things on a few channels now that are just showing to be far from open discussion. it's my way or the highway. That's not how it is here. I'm just saying
No.
you may not like my take on it. Considering yesterday your thought process was really interesting to listen to, and I agree with it, it's a shame to block all other avenues of thought and blow people off like they're stupid for not sticking to the one idea of the parents did it. No, no. If you think she wandered off, that is your opinion. I want to hear about it. If you think there was an accident, I want to hear about it. If you still believe that she could have been abandoned, I want to hear about it. If you're in here sympathizing with the parents, I'm telling you, you're not going to be comfortable, because this channel has just been known for many, many months that we don't sympathize with them.
Right.
Like they say, if you stick with 1 out of 100 ideas, you'll be right at least 1% of the time. Now, she's right about that, because in these cases, we're not law enforcement. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Nobody's ever 100% right. You might have the right general direction, like in the Gannon Staunch case. I mean, people are like, oh, Letitia did it. But when it came out, it's like, oh, Lord. Nobody was right about what really went down. So that's all I mean by that. I don't dismiss anybody's opinion on this. Julie, I think Dawn was hiding in the shed when CM was there. This cracks me up to no end, because you know what? I think that chicken shit was too. I think that's why Girls Gone Wild was on the television.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he was down there watching Girls Gone Wild, and when Candace told him, "Hey, me and Chris McDonough are coming back to the house," he went and hid in the shed. Makes sense to me.
Yep.
All right. Final comment, and mind you, we ought to just have a show one day that's nothing but comments, because some of the comments.
Yeah, just a comment show.
Dang.
I'll get on making the intro for that.
Woo, girl. Already said the reason why Summer loved the outdoors was because she hated playing inside the dirty house and the dungeon. But outside wasn't much cleaner. Candace is getting all this money from people. She needs to get a huge roll off and clean the place up in the house and outside. I agree. And with her hoarder mentality, which is also an addiction, I doubt she will. That's kind of her safety zone. In her disorganization and her disarray, she actually is comfortable. But I agree. She should.
I agree with the comment about Summer preferring to play outside as well, because if for a child that loves to be outside, being in that dungeon basement playroom, in inverted commas, that Candace called it, must have been a pretty terrifying experience for her.
I think it would be scary as hell to go
Absolutely.
down into that damp, dark. You can't see in, you can't see out, you can't get out, you can't get in. What child would want to go down there and play by themselves?
Right. It's not really surprising that she liked to be outside, because her experience of being inside was that. I'd want to be outside all the time too.
I would too. I would especially go down there by myself. No. Cat's Eye is at it again, singing drink all night, delete all day. I wasn't surprised she took that down, but don't worry, we have clips. So, speaking of uncomfortable, a couple of nights ago, now I don't talk about other creators on this channel. The only reason I'm even bringing it up is because Candace was on BK's channel. It was awkward. He looked uncomfortable in certain areas to me. I don't know if he was or not. He just looked a little shocked and a little awkward. And I mean, like I said, a little uncomfortable at points. So big news from Candace. She dyed her hair. It's now burgundy.
As you do.
She wants to skydive. It looks like arrangements are being made on that.
I mean, I just find that hilarious. Well, hilarious in a really odd way, because it's not like I'm laughing with them. I'm just laughing at them. Like, who in their right minds wants to go up in a plane? Right, let's just leave it at that even. Who in their right minds wants to go up in a plane with Candace, let alone jump out of one strapped to her? I mean, you're going to hit the ground pretty damn quick, aren't you?
Well, it was really, I'll link it in the bio. He was calling to ask about skydiving, and they said you have to be under 240 pounds, and he had a look of worry on his face. And he's like, Candace, how much do you weigh? And she's like, 160. And he's like, you're going skydiving. And I'm like, I checked that scale, Ben.
I'm crying already. It's not even the member's life yet. Sorry.
I about shit when I saw that. His face was like,
Oh,
So she goes into again the she loves Dawn but not in love with Dawn. A lot of her new verbiage doesn't sound like her. I don't know who's talking to her, if she's watching like Oprah's Super Soul Sunday, what she's got going on, but she's got some new lingo that doesn't sound like our buddy Candace, if you know what I mean. Sounds a little different.
You swallowed a dictionary, or has she?
Yeah, she's
schooled?
got some new adjectives, new ways of putting sentences together. Anyway, so again, didn't mention Slash Day, but she said Don needs to fix himself. Well, Don's in jail.
Right.
He has no choice but to fix himself. You, on the other hand, are left to your own devices, and it doesn't look to me like it's going very well. What do you think, Kat?
Yeah, I think she's got the prime opportunity where she's at right now. If anyone needs to fix themselves, maybe she needs to start looking at her behavior and what can she do to fix herself. Don't worry about Don. Don will get whatever he needs in prison. You know, he's going to have, or in jail, sorry. He's going to get 3 meals a day and a bit of exercise time. And he's probably sitting watching you on the local news, Candace. Don't worry about Don. You just worry about yourself and your salt lamp and Himalayan objects that are arriving from your wish list and stuff, you know. Maybe get sober, Candace, you know, just saying.
Yep, we're going to get to that. My heart to yours says, wow, really just found this channel and first thing I hear is body shaming. I'm not body shaming. It just kind of looked like he didn't know how to ask her the question or not. That's an embarrassing question to ask people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it isn't usually like men go around asking women how much they weigh, is it? It's not like generally part of everyday discourse.
No, especially considering men like to keep their teeth, and you know, women don't like to be asked things like that.
Right.
So that was again another kind of a uncomfortable moment.
But in context, it was because they were going to go skydiving together, strapped to each other. That was why he was asking her. It was nothing about body shaming. It was the reason he asked her was because of that.
I would have said 120. That's just me. So then she goes on to say that she's been talking to the boys. I found this very, very odd for her to say because she makes such a big deal out of the gag order. She went on and on another channel, and she was like, everyone's got it. So that means me, Kat, all of you, everyone's got it. Now, the only reason the gag order is there is to prevent those two, not me, from getting on YouTube and talking about their visits with the boys.
Right.
I don't know if this is a violation of the gag order or not. It just kind of seemed like it to me. So if there is such a tight gag order, why would you why would you get on one of the most public platforms in the world and say, yeah, I talked to the boys?
Yep.
I wasn't cool with that. Those boys don't deserve that.
No, they deserve to have their privacy respected because, like we've said many, many, many times, they are minors and they are victims in this case.
Yep, I agree. Sorry, catching up on chat real quick.
No, cool.
All right, so in this conversation, guys, go back and look at it. Like I said, I'll link it in the bio. What you're going to see is nothing at all to help Summer, advocate for Summer, because, you know, everything is I want, I wish, but no action behind it. What's the old saying? You know, you can wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up faster. That's what we're dealing with here.
Sorry, I've never heard that expression before, but I kind of like that.
I mean, we're adults here. I think by now we know that wishing on a lucky star or shooting shooting star
Mhm.
doesn't really get us our way. You know what I mean? The bills
Absolutely.
still come due. So, but that's her whole thing. Okay, that's her whole thing. You know, it's always I just want and I just wish.
Mhm.
So, like I said, this is nothing to help Summer. Now, at noon Central Time today, guys, we're going to go further into this, what she's got going on, because we still have more stuff to get through on this show. She has a lot of
Absolutely.
stuff going on. Then she goes on to say, so for anybody in recovery, this is a trigger warning, okay? Just letting you know, she assures YouTube land she has been sober for 3 weeks.
Remember that number, 3 weeks.
Mhm.
It's going to be important later.
Then, as the discussion's going on about her newfound sobriety, which I'm going to say with her long-term abuse of alcohol and what she has got going on right now, would be impossible to just quit cold turkey, white knuckle it. She truly needs an outpatient program. AA, she's got to have some kind of support like that. Being left home alone at night with a jug of R&R, of course she's going to resort back to that.
Hell yeah, she's an addict at the end of the day. She's not going to sit and ignore the fact that she's got a bottle of R&R in the cupboard or in the larder or whatever. You know, she's going to go for that.
Of course she is. She needs rehab. So she assures everybody, and even the host looked kind of a look on his face like, sure. Anyway, she said she's been sober for 3 weeks. So then as they're talking about how great her sobriety is, she says it's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks. She lost a week. It's kind of like she lost, went from going for a walk or a run to she only popped over to the camper for 10 minutes, when she only popped over to the camper for 2 minutes and Summer got gone. She's not really very good at time, is she? Just 3 weeks become 2 weeks in one conversation.
3 weeks become 2 weeks. And I agree with everybody in here. She needs inpatient rehabilitation. She does. This woman does not have a job. There is no reason. She doesn't have to get FMLA, talk to her employer. There is no reason why she can't check herself into a center and get rehabilitated. Now, of course,
Is this not part of it? Sorry,
Huh?
go on. I was just going to ask, is it not part of getting the boys back? Like this thing that she thinks is going on, that she's going to get her kids back. Is that not part of it, that she has to do a rehabilitation program of some kind?
I don't know that she was ordered to do a rehab to get him back.
Right.
From what I gathered, it was just she has to she has to stay clean.
Right.
And Crime and Justice said she was offered the best of the best rehab, and she refused multiple times.
Yeah, she was. That is true. I just wondered if it's part of her seeing her kids that she has to pass a test, like a urine analysis or whatever. Would she not have to go to some kind of AA or something to be motivated or to get the help that she needs to get off the alcohol? I don't understand why they're kind of saying to her, you can test clean and see your boys, but you don't have to stay sober the rest of the time, only the days when you want to see your children.
They would never say that. They would never say that. Yeah, they wouldn't be like, hey, you know what? You know, when you meet us at the McDonald's playground or their library, you know, make sure, you know, you're not drunk, but hey, do whatever you want the rest of the time. Because then when the boys go back home, I doubt they ever will, but that's what she's working towards. They can't trust that she would stay sober. She's going to have to get into some kind of program to keep her clean and get her off of it.
Yeah, I figure that must be the way, but I don't know whether she was told to do that or whether she's got to choose to do that as part of this process to get her kids back.
I don't know all the particulars or the ins and outs. Anytime that CPS has children and there's a system in place to get them reunified with their parents, drugs and alcohol are always off the table. You better not come in here and piss hot. If I call you for a random, I don't care what you say is wrong. You better be there to do it.
Right.
Now, if you have a car wreck on the way, I'll meet him at the hospital and I'll get the sample there. But
Yeah.
you got to be ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went from 3 weeks to 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2 weeks. Wow. I don't even think it's been 2 weeks, but you know, Candace is notoriously bad at keeping time.
I'm gonna roll the dice here, guys. I really don't like to speculate, but on this one, I feel I have to.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay. I think it's safe to say that it's neither one.
Mm-hmm.
It's neither 3 or 2 weeks. And from what I'm looking at from last night, it's not even
3
12
hours.
hours.
Right. It's not even 2 hours or 3 hours.
Mm-mm. So we're going to get to that. You ready, Kat?
I'm ready. I'm always ready. I was born ready.
You were born ready. I know you were. All
Was.
right, let me get this ready. Give me a second.
Okay.
All right, so this is what we do when we are working towards getting our 3 sons back, husband in the clink, and a daughter that's missing.
Right.
Here we go. The title of this work of art is called Love.
Sorry.
The title of this work of art is called Love. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Kat, please pay attention. If you need to take notes or anything, let me know. I can slow it down at any time.
Okay.
Thank you.
She practicing her smile. What's she doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Seems totally normal to me.
That was the duration of a live stream from Candace.
This is a live stream. Yes.
Mm-hmm. This is the whole thing. Nothing's been cut or added or taken away. This was the whole live stream.
The hell is she doing? I saw that and I was like, what is this? Are you high? Are you drunk or both?
Yeah, I think she was practicing her looking sober look.
It's almost like she thought she was taking a selfie, but she was live.
I mean, if that had been a selfie, I don't think I'd have been keeping it up on my YouTube channel, to be fair, but this one's still up this morning. So she obviously hasn't been awake enough to remember that she made that live last night yet.
Well, it's on here now.
Mm,
And
it's
I
out
put
there.
the disclaimer up. This is freedom of, this is what's it called? The Fair Use Act. This is for
Mhm.
educational purposes only.
Right. Prepared to be educated about how to do a live on YouTube in 20 seconds.
I agree with allegedly playing with filters. I think she got confused between being on YouTube and
Mhm.
TikTok.
Yeah, because she did actually put a TikTok out last night of herself playing with dog ears and all sorts of other weird filters.
I'm putting that up right now, actually.
Are you? Okay.
While we had all this going on, she was doing other stuff too. All right.
Yep. Ready.
So we have a new TikTok, and this is what we're doing. We're playing with filters. We've got some Katy Perry music in the back. It's called The One That Got Away. Who got away, Candace? Who got away?
Yeah. I think her brain got gone, or her brain got away.
Well, when she started grinning at it and everything, I think it's because she thought she was on TikTok. That's what I think. So then, because these are the same clothes, she jumps over and she starts doing all this. Now look at this, okay? Look at this one scares me, actually. This is from before. This is what those kids live with.
Yeah, to be fair, it kind of doesn't even look like she's using a filter. That's just what she sees when she wakes up in the morning.
I was like, oh, she got red contacts.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, good grief.
No, I'm serious. Not that I care so much about Candace's health, because she doesn't care
Right.
about anybody. She is going to have to get into an outpatient program, AA. There are people that are in her chat religiously that are like, do you need anything? I can bring you groceries. I can help you fix up the house. If you really want to help this woman, you really want to support her, you
Get
pick
her.
her up and you take her to an AA meeting. You
Mhm.
take her to some kind, whatever you guys have around there. I don't know, whatever they have around there. It's different in every area. And there is
Mhm.
no shame in it. I am not shaming anybody with an addiction. You take her somewhere and you get her enrolled in an outpatient program. If you could
Mhm.
talk her into going to like a 30, 60, 90-day rehab, that would be better. But with something like this, and as far gone as she is, it's baby steps.
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to show you right now what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Bear with me, Kat.
Okay. I mean, I do think, sorry, while you're doing that, I do think that it's really important that somebody stops enabling her to the point where they're willing to actually get her some help, because the amount of simping up to her that happens in her chat room is enough to make anyone feel quite ill. But in actual fact, the thing that would help her the most is to be able to overcome this addiction. And, you know, I don't personally want her to get her kids back. That is my personal opinion. I know she has rights to, but I think it would be better for her right now to get help, you know?
Right. And I mean, I'm not reaching out as like wanting to be her buddy or anything. I'm saying
Mm-mm.
for the greater good of
Right,
the children.
right.
Honestly, I mean, especially Summer, I want the boys to have a second chance in life.
Mhm.
She's not doing this situation any good. She's not going to all of a sudden, you know what? If you want to get drunk and get on YouTube, why don't you just drunk dial the TBI?
Right.
Drunks love to have someone to talk to. They love it.
Mhm.
They'll ramble and ramble. It's one thing after another. They're happy, then they're crying. It's all over the damn place. Call the TBI. They'll talk to you. They'll
Mhm.
keep you busy for hours.
Absolutely. If you want to really help Candace, put the TBI find number in her chat room. Spam it in there. She
But
might
it
just make the
really,
right decision then.
but these people, they're giving her money, they're giving her attention. She will not go to an inpatient rehab. For one, she doesn't want to change her ways.
Mm-mm.
Two, she's afraid of what's going to be going on the outside that she won't be aware of.
Mhm.
Because when she's in there with no internet, no phone, or anything like that,
No,
she's
I
not.
know.
She would be a nervous wreck because she
Right.
doesn't know what's going on, as with TBI, Hawkins
Uh-huh.
County, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
well, I mean, all she has to do when she's on the outside is call them and ask them, or as she looks like she may have done, just tell them that she has a lawyer, that she's lawyered up if she really doesn't want to cooperate.
Mhm.
But the best thing that anyone can do to help this woman is to get her to talk about June 15th, put that number in front of her and tell her to drunk dial the TBI.
absolutely, that's one number she's not going to call. I
Mm-mm.
don't care how much R&R she has. And she was even saying on, I guess it was Benny's channel, I can't remember now. She was like, I'd do anything to stay out of that whiskey, or she said something like that. It was Benny, because he was like, well, stay away from it then.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, of course, he's just telling her, stay away from it. I mean, he knows, I know, I mean, we all know that it's not that easy.
Right.
Alcoholism would not be categorized as a disease if it was that
Exactly.
easy. She has a
Exactly.
disease that has to be treated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's quite hard to respect someone that's sitting there doing this kind of stuff online when she's done nothing in terms of getting her daughter found since June the 15th. She hasn't been out looking. She hasn't been out searching. She hasn't been out walking, running, any of that stuff. She hasn't lifted a finger. Even on June the 15th, she was trying on hats and chatting with Ali instead of talking to the police. This woman has done nothing to get her kids back, and she's done nothing to find Summer. So at the end of the day, all of these people sitting in her chat room saying, well, we want to send you money, we want to do this, we want to do that. Who are you doing it for? Because you're not doing it for her kids, and you're certainly not doing it for Summer. You're enabling an alcoholic. That's what you're doing. At the end of the day, an alcoholic that is still a person of interest in the disappearance of her daughter. I don't know how people really look themselves in the mirror if they're in there simping up to this woman. I really don't. That is
I
my
don't either, because you can clearly see that she has got problems.
Mhm.
And enabling her with this love bombing, enabling. I mean, if everybody drops her a comment, and I don't mean in here, I don't think any of us are going to associate with this.
Oh, hell no.
The people that are following her channel, drop her a comment. Candace, you need to get help.
Mhm.
Candace, if you need me to, I will pick you up. I will go with you.
Mhm.
That's what they need to be doing.
Yep.
We don't need to be talking about country music concerts and stuff like that. No, 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 no. Money? No, 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 no.
And I'd give up on the idea that after 9 months of her behaviour being like this and of her addiction problems and everything else, that after 9 months she's going to tell us a damn thing about Summer on YouTube, drunk or not. You know, if that's where people are watching her because they hope that she'll spill the beans on what happened to Summer, I don't get that. Encourage her to call the TBI and tell them what happened to Summer. Don't try and get her to slip up on YouTube, because the chances are it wouldn't be admissible in court anyway.
No, they usually don't take statements from drunk people.
Right.
People don't, but the CPS can clearly see she's not keeping up her end of the bargain while she's at home.
Right, but they'll still have to prove that, won't they?
They still have to prove, yeah, there's no breathalyzer on the internet, which, hell, I mean, it wouldn't be very busy if there was, if you know what I mean. Cassie, thank you for the super sticker. Why a pregnancy belly on her wish list? Yeah, we talked about that on Monday, and I don't think we came up with any reason why she would need a fake beer belly.
I think probably because she's a pranker and a joker in her own head. She thinks she's hilarious. It's just a shame that nobody else does.
Mm-hmm. And I know some people are saying what she says on the internet can be held against her. That's after you've been Mirandized.
Right.
It really kind of depends on what it is and what state you're in. And the whole CPS thing, I mean, unless she's actively drinking out of the bottle, which we've seen, they can be like, she could be like, no, I was just tired. I had just gotten up. I had a headache. I wasn't feeling good or something like that.
Exactly. They would have to prove that in this state that she's in, she was actually drunk at that point. And that would be a hard job. You know, she's not in a vehicle outside driving in this state or anywhere where they can actually catch her. She's in the privacy of her own home. She's not in control or in charge of her children right now because she's at home. And say they don't do a urine analysis on her until Saturday. Well, she could be sober by Saturday. They'd have to prove she was drunk at this actual point in the proceedings. That would be really difficult to do. Unless they bashed her door down and made her take a urine analysis right there and right then. You know, it's not going to be like that. They're not going to be able to use any of this if they ever took her to court for it.
Nope. What they're going to have to do is call her. Hang on. No, Blake, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. They do use their social media against them. I'm just thinking like with her state of mind, if they could. No, they do. They use their social media a lot. They use them a lot. No, I wasn't saying that.
Don't forget that the people that are in her chat hoping that she's going to slip up and say something aren't law enforcement. They're just goading her on the internet, or they're, enabling her on the internet. They're not law enforcement.
I just think they're not. And I just think what's dangerous about it is, like I said, this is something that she's never had in her life that she absolutely loves, adores, and doesn't want to give up. And that's people want to talk to her. People want to hear from her. People are paying attention to her. They're hanging on every word. That is not anything she has ever experienced in her life.
But look how she's using it, Brooks. She's using that as a way to enable her continuing to be the way she always has been. Because there's people that will support her regardless. So in her mind, she's like, well, I might as well just get drunk. People love me when I'm drunk. People love me when I'm online talking shit. People love me when I'm trying on hats and trying to smile and pose for selfies and all of that. Look at these people. They love me. And the people that are there loving on her are not thinking that they're doing her any harm. But in actual fact, in my opinion, they're not just doing her harm. They're doing her boys harm too.
Yes,
Because
they are.
they're allowing her to continue being this person that she is right now.
And I really hope that the boys, wherever they're at, whatever home they're in, are being heavily monitored on social media. It's not going to matter because, I mean, the internet's forever. When they are old enough and they want to find out what really happened with their sister, they're going to start doing their own research. You know, they're going to meet someone, have relationships, get married. Those people are going to look. You know what I'm saying? And she's doing this. She is doing this. And they will have to see this.
They'll type her name into YouTube and this will be what comes up.
Her children in Wisconsin, the ones that she walked away from. Yeah, they were taken from her, but she didn't stick around to get them back like she's trying to do with the boys. Don't think they aren't looking at what their mother that gave them up is doing. It is yet another salt in their wound of the bad cards they were dealt. It really is. And I know it's going to come back on me. Well, you know, you're doing it too. I'm advocating for a little girl whose parents aren't advocating for her.
Right. And 3 little boys that are currently away from this, everything that's going on, that I personally feel don't need to be back home with their parents, because I just kind of feel like wherever they're at right now, I think they're better off. And that might make me sound like a bitch, but I don't really care. That's how I feel.
They deserve a second chance in life.
Absolutely.
I can't imagine what kind of therapy they're having to go through to, because it seems to me they have said nothing or they don't know anything. That's always been something to me, that either they are that scared of them that they refuse to talk, or they clearly didn't see anything that day. Like, you know, like Snow was saying, maybe they sent him to the creek and said, hey, go look for her, while behind their backs, they were doing what they needed to do. Or if they ever saw her that day at all, you know, if they haven't seen, you know.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Either of those scenarios. And if it's the first one, that they're so terrified they don't want to speak, then there's no way on earth they should ever be back with them. You shouldn't have to live with 2 parents that you're absolutely terrified of.
Nope. And I don't know where the rumor came from. I actually do believe it, and I discount rumors all the time, but where it was said that the oldest son said he did not want to go back.
Right.
Now, whoever released that, they definitely went against the gag order. And that's another thing. They have foster parents. And these people are doing an amazing job of protecting those boys, because they have not put anything anywhere on social media about those boys. So good for them.
Yeah. Yeah. At least they can be trusted with the boys. Foster parents.
Thank goodness. All right, guys. So again, buckle your seatbelts.
Okay.
This is Candace again. This is last night. Of course, you can see the same clothes have been on her for 2 days, by the way. So when she was on last night, Thursday night, she had this on. And then the night before, she had this on minus the red hat. But anyhow, just pointing that out. Not a big deal. Just I happen to notice it.
And her brothers. Because they're Summer and the boys are the love of my life. I would never trade anything for them. They were. I can't do anything but love them. And everybody's expecting me to
say what happened to Summer on June the 15th. That's what everyone's
No,
expecting.
I'm not having a drink on my dinner. Oh, hell no.
A lot going on in this clip. I needed to stop it like 2 seconds in. Everybody expected me to.
Everybody expects me to. Well, my answer to that was say what happened to Summer on June the 15th, but she never quite finishes that thought, if you like. Well, that's what I'd expect her to do anyway. Now she has this platform.
But that's what she was saying. She couldn't
Mhm.
come out and say it, even though she's 3 sheets to the wind.
Right.
Everybody expected me to. No one's expecting you to get sober.
Mm-hmm.
No one's expecting you to advocate for Summer. We really
Mm.
aren't. We gave up on that June 17th.
Right.
We gave you a
100%.
solid. We gave you a solid 24. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's expecting you to clean your house up. We
No.
heard the night before about how you've been trying to sheetrock by yourself. I can just imagine what that looked like. She knows everybody's expecting me to, and you
Mhm.
completed the sentence perfectly.
Mhm.
Magoo, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. That's
Hey.
awesome. Don't forget to
Brilliant.
be in the members live at noon. It's a blast. Now, some people say her speech is this way because she doesn't have her teeth in, but I've heard her without her teeth in, sober. This is
Right.
a totally different speech pattern. Totally.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of get a bit fed up with people making excuses for her. Why would this be because she hasn't got her teeth in over the fact that she was drunk? You know, it just doesn't make sense. I don't understand why people are always giving her an out and always trying to look for an excuse for her, the way she behaves. She's this way because she is drunk. And possibly high, I don't know, but definitely drunk. And like that's the bottom line, in my opinion.
Susan, Candace said she hadn't had a drink in 2 weeks on another channel. Yeah, and right before that, she said 3.
3 weeks.
But we have seen her channel over the last 3 weeks, and she was clearly into something. She was clearly into something.
Right.
Maybe it wasn't whiskey, but there was something. There was something that has inebriated her a little bit. All right, so back to that cat's eye. Thank you for becoming
Yay.
a YouTube member.
Hey.
Don't forget noon today. You guys are going to love this show. Okay, Shirley, I want you to take this, cat. After what they did to my daughter, what did she mean? I think she's still trying to sell us on the abduction theory, but some people are saying it's a Freudian slip to something else.
Maybe. I mean, after who did to your daughter, Candace? Like, after what they did to my daughter, who's they? Who's they? You tell us, because is this going to be like, you know, Don blaming every Tom, Dick and Harry that he's ever laid his eyes upon now because you're on YouTube? Are you going to start saying, oh, this YouTuber must have been responsible, this YouTuber? Or are you talking about specific people when you say they, Candace? Come on, let us know, you know?
Yep. I think
After what they did.
I think eventually she will slip something that she can't take back. And she can't, then she would be the type to be like, oh, I was just drunk. And they're going to be like, that matter because we're investigating this. I do think if she keeps talking, she's going to slip something. She has been very guarded.
I kind of feel like this is why they let Don carry on the way he did on YouTube, because they were hoping that he was going to say something. And now he's in jail for the DUI and the probation violation. Now maybe they're relying on Candace to slip the TBI. They're giving her some rope now. They gave Don a lot of rope, and now they're giving Candace the rope.
I agree, because I think they're waiting for him to slip. Don, I don't know. I still don't know. I'm like, was he seriously at work all day and he was just told this later and he just kept it under his hat because he didn't want to go to prison? He said he wasn't going to go back. And I think what he meant was, I'm not going down for them. But I could be wrong.
Don did a lot of slips in terms of adding things, not necessarily in terms of saying things that he shouldn't say, but saying things that he didn't need to say, like the dogs were not there that day, they're stupid dogs, for example, wasn't something that he needed to slip and say. It was something he planned and added. So I do think that Don slipped a lot, but in the kind of opposite way to what they were hoping, because instead of slipping and saying something that incriminated somebody, he was trying to adapt the narrative so that he could stay in front of the narrative rather than what Candace seems to be doing, which is like, can't even remember the narrative right now, you know?
I totally agree. I couldn't agree more. And I see a few things in chat I agree with as well. This does not make me a child abuser sympathizer. It's just for the simple fact of the matter. I say simple, it's tragic. That Summer has been missing since June 15th. I'm afraid with her left to her own devices, they're alienated and alone. And I mean alienated
Right.
as in no real human connections except for that one friend of hers,
Mm-hmm.
that she's going to overdo it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
if
thought it would be the other way
Grandis-
around, but
and if Grandis seriously packs up her camper and goes out of state to visit other family members, hell, she's not even allowed to see Rose's children.
mm-mm.
If she leaves her up there knowing what she's doing, well, never mind, we know she will.
Mm-hmm. It didn't stop her before, did it? You know, when she took off to Wisconsin a couple of weeks after Summer went missing, it didn't stop her then. She was out of Dodge as soon as she could get out of there. So I don't know if it will be any different this time, especially considering the interview that she gave last week to the news. It seems like she's done with this whole situation to me, Grandma.
Oh, yeah. I think she was done when they pulled in the driveway June 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why she didn't say anything.
Right.
Except for some basically what's going to be considered gossip.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to prove that she said those things to you.
Right.
I mean, every time she turns around, she says she's been hacked. We know that's BS.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Cat, have a good day. Have a
Hey,
good day,
bye,
Bobby Cat. All right, let's get back to it. This is a lot of info here. I'm going to actually put this back a little bit because we got a few more clips to get through. So listen to what she says again.
No, I'm not having a drink with my dinner. Oh, hell no.
You're not having a drink with your dinner. Candace, you're drinking your dinner. I can tell. Your face looks totally different than night before. You were sober the weekend before. You're like, I hope everybody has a good weekend. Hope everybody's having a good evening. Your eyes were open. You know, your mouth wasn't drooping. No. Don't even start with that.
I won't drink again.
Never.
I won't drink again.
Why? What's going to stop you next time, Candace?
You're
Why
there
would you
by
never do it
yourself.
again? Right.
You're there by yourself. And there's not enough mods in the world when you go live that you don't see. Look, because our eyes are looking at chat. There's not enough mods in the world for you not to see what people are saying to you and what they're asking you.
Right. And I think for me, when I watched this earlier, my thought was, you're an addict, Candace. Of course you're going to drink again. You know, we've all had most of us have had someone in our life that's had an addiction of some kind. And one of the things they say over and over and over again after the night before is, I'm never doing that again. And then they do it again. You just know that is what is going on here. It's quite plain to see for anyone that's ever known an addict.
Of course they do. And today's her day one, and she's sober again.
Right.
Don't be surprised if she doesn't pop up on YouTube today talking about how she's sober.
Again.
Because them boys in my summer is the love of my life.
She always forgets about her older two children. I feel very bad that those two have to hear this.
Yeah.
Drink or do anything against them ever again. Yeah, I'm always thinking of Summer and her brothers. Because Summer and the boys are the love of my life. I would never trade anything for them. They were.
They were. They were. It's no longer Summer was. Summer was my best friend. Summer liked Elsa. Now she's incorporating all four together. They were.
They were.
She has totally disassociated herself even from the boys now.
Oh yeah, she's disconnected. And the thing is, this is the other thing I wanted to say about her not having her teeth in, for example. Not having your teeth in doesn't affect your brain. It might affect your speech, but it doesn't affect your brain, does it?
No. She wasn't talking like this before. She was
Right.
giddy and kind of acting like a schoolgirl.
Hmm.
I mean, she was.
This is clearly under the influence of a substance, let's just say either alcohol or drugs or both. You can have your teeth in and be drunk and still sound like this. You can have your teeth out and be drunk and still sound like this. So it is the common denominator is the alcohol or the substance, in my opinion.
Agreed. And like Kane said, they're both respiratory depressants.
I think she's talking about Xanax and alcohol.
Yeah.
The combination of the two.
People have died from that combination.
Yeah.
I can't do anything but love them. I mean, everybody's expecting me to
I can't do anything but love them. You could start putting action into place as opposed to words.
Right.
Get into a plan of recovery, get a sponsor. Many people would help you, believe it or not. They would help you get sober. That's one thing about the recovery community. Even with what is suspected of you, they would. I'm telling you, they probably would. An outpatient program, they definitely would. So you could start putting a plan into action. You cleaning up the house, you know damn good and well that's not the reason the boys were gone.
Right.
That house has been like that for eons. It didn't just become a problem in July. So come on, quit that crap.
Yeah, while we're on that subject, this didn't just be this alcoholism or drug problem or whatever it is, didn't just become a problem since Summer got gone either. This is how Candace has lived her life for many, many, many moons. This didn't start when Summer went missing. She's not like this now because she's a grieving mother, etc. She's been like this for years and not accepted or been willing to get any help. So I'm kind of feeling like anyone that thinks that Candace is in a state because Summer got gone is really sadly mistaken. This is who Candace is. She's an addict. She has this issue.
She does, but I'm telling you, lots of people have something. They have a vice. They have a vice. They have something that they abuse to get them through the tough times. I'm sorry. It's a common thing in our country.
Absolutely. It's a common thing everywhere.
It doesn't mean that they have every child of theirs removed or missing. So she is a totally different story.
Yeah, I agree.
Totally different story.
I just find it really hard to feel anything for her apart from complete and utter contempt. There's something really that I can't understand why there are people with such compassion for this woman. I really can't understand it, and I don't know if that's my problem or if it's a societal problem or what it is. I can't feel any compassion for her. She's let too many of her kids down,
If it was somebody else, I would feel very, very bad. But considering her situation and the hell that she's put 6 children through.
Right, exactly.
It's just kind of hard for me to shed a tear and say, hey, you want some flooring? I'll help you with your house. She didn't help with the house. And this, all I can do is love them. No, you need a plan of action to get your act cleaned up.
Yep.
You have to, and you have to have a professional or someone that's been very active in the recovery community for a long time to guide you. This isn't going to work.
Nope.
No, I'm not having a drink with my dinner. Oh, hell no.
You don't need a drink with your dinner.
I won't drink again.
3 sheets to the wind
boys
already.
in my summer is the love of my life. I will never drink or do anything against them ever again.
Oh, wait, stop it, please.
I will never drink or do anything against them ever again.
Ever again.
So what'd you do, Candace?
Right.
What did you do? You said this was for a messy house and that Dawn was drunk all the time.
Right.
But you won't do anything against them ever again.
Wow, if that doesn't say it all, I find that really quite upsetting because I just think people listened to you say that and they never challenged you and asked you what it was you did the first time, that you said you would never do anything against them ever again. Well, what happened the first time? What does anyone else get this?
I totally get it. What will you never do ever again?
Right.
That, when I heard that, and of course she took the video down,
Mm-hmm.
it was really hard not, I mean, you know, you're choking back tears.
Mm-hmm.
You're choking back tears because it's at the tip of her tongue
Mm-hmm.
what she really wants to say.
Candace, 1-800-TBI find.
Tell them what you won't do ever again. I'm going to rewind it just a little bit so we can hear
Okay.
that again. I can't slow it down on this one.
Or drink or do anything against them ever again.
And there it is. I will never drink or do anything against them ever again.
That's a complete mic drop moment for me. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. It's a gut punch.
Oh, I agree. Hang on one second. I'm going to load the next clip.
Okay. We haven't finished yet, people.
No, believe it or not, we got more coming.
Mm-hmm.
Kat will entertain you. I'll be right back.
Okay. No pressure, Kat. Yeah, I want to know as well, what was she never going to do ever again? I was so stunned when I heard that. It almost knocked me off my feet with like, well, what did you do in the first place, you know? It is really sad for Summer, and it's almost just so negligent and so like dismissive of Summer, even though she's saying her name out of her mouth. There's no emotion behind it. There's no feeling behind it. There's no connect. Like, she's completely disconnected from not only Summer, but her boys, and also from her first 2 children in Wisconsin, who she never mentions. She never talks about. She never even says she has 6 children. She only ever says she has 4. You know, that's a huge disconnect to me. Does she mean she won't neglect them again? Well, I mean, does she mean she won't neglect them again? Does she mean that she's not going to drink anymore so that she stands a chance of getting them back? I mean, I just don't see her making any progress in that regard, personally.
Oh, I don't think so either. Lip lock. I did get your voicemail. I'm going to check on that in a little bit. Leslie, I agree. Finally, the cracks appear. You know what? And it's the damnedest thing. Of course, the title of the show is...
I was just about to say, you got the title there.
The damnedest things.
Uh-huh.
I thought this whole time, and of course, we did a poll on the community tab because I just want to know what everybody thinks.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to crack first? And everybody's like, Dawn. Dawn's the one in there. And maybe he has, because remember, even if Dawn is in there singing like a canary, criminals lie, and they still have to investigate everything they tell you.
Well, there was that search last week, wasn't there? That was one thing that made it pop into my head, perhaps, that someone had talked, because there was that search going on that seemed to be quite out of nowhere or out of the blue, or it did to us. Maybe it wasn't to the TBI. They knew what they were doing, but I just wondered if, in my mind, if that had coincided with Don being in jail at all, and if he'd said anything. But obviously we don't know that.
No, but I mean, I put it together like that too. I was like, this is a little too coincidental.
Put your teeth back in, Brooks.
Thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Love it, love it, love it. Don't forget to come back at noon for our members live. It's always hilarious. So my thing is, I kept thinking, Dawn's going to crack. And like I said, he may have. It's just, obviously, they're not going to tell us. There's not going to be breaking news on WJHL because criminals lie. And they still are never going to tell the 100% truth. Sorry, they're not. And they still have to investigate whatever he has let slip.
Right.
But what really, really got me was that it was Grandis the first to crack that we have seen. Because the poll on the channel, everyone said Dawn. And I mean, I think Candace got like a 1%. So when we saw that last week, and I'm going to go back through it again on Monday, because I beat that dead horse around here.
Oh, the replay queen is on fire today.
Right. Welcome, Doug. Welcome.
Hey, Doug.
I was
Hey,
in their chat last night, Doug and Crime and Justice. That was a great show. I couldn't sleep. And I was like, yeah, I have insomnia. So hanging out with you guys for a little bit. Not that you all put me to sleep, but I did wind up going to sleep. But it wasn't. But I just couldn't believe it was Candace that was the first to crack. But watching this, her left to her own devices, she's alone. But I will say she's loving the attention. That was quite a slip to me.
Right. Me too. Yeah, I might have been wrong. Perhaps there is a kind of way that she hasn't cracked for 9 months, but now she's on her own and she's got a YouTube channel. She seems to be coming a little bit closer to slipping up somewhere along the line.
I agree. All right, here we go. Someone said Kevin is chatting in Discord. Somebody might want to go to Discord and tell him that there's a live going on. He may not realize it.
Hey, Doug. Doug became a member, Brooks.
Doug's a member too. Woohoo! Member Friday. Member Friday. It's always fun.
Come into the members live later.
So we can't talk about Doug today, okay, guys? That's our secret. This was going to be Drag Doug Day, but now that he's a member, we can't.
I mean, I don't know, man. All these YouTubers, they want to hate each other and be against each other, and I'm just not for it. I mean, I don't know, man. All these YouTubers, they want to hate each other and be against each other, and
I don't hate anyone. I'm not against anyone.
Me either.
Everyone's got their different style.
It's just cracking me up because I'm kind of thinking she thinks she's some hot shot on YouTube now that she can turn around and say how she feels about the YouTube true crime community and all of that kind of stuff. Like, since when does she qualify? I'm sorry.
We have Crime and Justice in here. Lip Lock is in here. Doug is in here.
Right.
You are a creator that makes amazing videos. But teach us, Candace. Teach us your ways. I need to know about this. Here we go.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you, Candace.
And be against each other, and I'm just not for it.
You're not for it.
I mean, I don't know, man. All these YouTubers, they want to hate each other.
No, we hate you.
And be against each other, and I'm just not for it. I mean, I don't know, man. All these YouTubers, they want.
Well, you've got a lot on your mind because with a missing daughter,
right?
I would be really worried about what internet stranger gets along and which one doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, that's
deep thoughts.
Top of the priority list for me, that would be.
Deep thoughts.
Right.
So, let me see. I've got another one. Hang on. This one's going to be audio only. I couldn't get it to load, so bear with me. Close your eyes, and we will get a mental image of what is going on.
Wake up, Candace.
My phone's going crazy.
Is it?
She said, my phone's going crazy. Okay.
I'm just responding to her as we go along.
My phone's going crazy. I heard one ding.
That's crazy. That's just crazy.
You prom queen. Good God.
No, what's going on with my phone tonight?
No, it's hard to know sometimes.
But I was just,
if you had true friends, your phone would be blowing up right now with people saying, get off the internet and call me.
Right. Get off the internet and go to rehab. And before you go to rehab, call 1-800-TBI-FINE, Candace.
Yeah. Good God. My phone's going crazy. I heard one ding.
I mean, nothing still no means to anybody tonight. I love y'all. I hope everybody's doing okay.
Not as good as you.
Right.
My friends,
2 dings.
my dear friends,
My dear friends.
and they're hitting me up, but it's okay tonight.
It's okay, but I thought you just said it was crazy,
I'm
Candace.
so glad to have y'all over here tonight.
No one's there, Candace. You're alone.
I'm gonna go over here to the chat and chill out.
Yeah, you chill out, Candace. Don't chill out too much, because we're
Find out
afraid
what's
that if you
going
chill
on.
out too much, you might not make it.
I mean, freaking Ernie's a piece of work.
Now we're worried about Ernie. Okay, again,
Okay.
I don't talk about other creators if that's what
Right.
it is on here. I'm just telling you that's what she said.
Ah,
So with the weight of the world on
Right.
your shoulders, we're
mhm,
worried about YouTubers fighting, which is not
Mhm.
your business. Okay,
Nope.
it's not. Of course, we did have the slip that's going to take me several days to get over.
Yeah, me too.
No, I'm not having a drink with my dinner. We clearly tell you have dinner. You have been drinking. Now, Ernie is a piece of work.
Mhm.
You've got other things to worry about.
Yeah, there's other fish, Candace. There's plenty more fish in the sea. You don't have to worry about Ernie.
No.
Ernie's a piece of work.
Mhm. So you said.
But not you, Candace.
Right. You're
Oh.
like some heavenly angel.
You've got all your shit together, but please,
Oh, man.
please talk about Ernie and the YouTubers that fight, because you wrote the book on moral standards and how
Yeah.
to keep your shit together.
He's
Right.
a piece of work.
Piece of work.
Is she nodding or am I?
Jade.
Right.
Jade, thanks for asking if I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
Sound
I'm
okay.
trying to.
You realize when I go live, and I can't even tell you how many lives. Hellcat, you've been in like every one of them. I think just me's been in every one of them since the beginning of June of last year. Nobody has ever asked me if I'm okay.
Brooks,
Yeah.
are you okay, hon?
Ah, thank you.
You're welcome.
You were sick. How's your ear? But many times in this life, she's like, "Oh, I'm
okay.
They're
Thank
asking
you.
if you're okay because they can clearly
See, you're not.
there's something wrong with you."
I mean, if you were nodding during every live, I think more people would be asking you if you were okay. But that's nodding out. That's some kind of. That's really not okay.
I would really wonder what was going on.
Mhm.
If people are like, "Are you okay? Are you?" If I'm hearing it over and over, I'd be like, "Do I need a new mic or what?"
Right.
He's a piece of work. Oh, yeah, I'm okay, Jade. Jade, thanks for asking if I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
We get it. You're okay.
Trying to. Ocean Lover. Oh, thank you, baby.
Ew.
I'm okay tonight. I'm just
Again, I'm okay tonight. I'm just tired.
Okay. Okay.
kind of upset. I mean,
Now she's upset. Okay.
Are you upset? What are you upset for?
Kinda upset. This statement bothers me. You should be out of your skin with anxiety, upset, and everything else. You have a missing daughter who, from the looks of it, isn't too far from your house, considering where they're searching,
Right.
and 3 boys in foster care.
Mm-hmm.
But she's kind of upset. Let's all figure out what's going on.
my friends were kind of downgraded tonight.
Oh no, that's shocking, Candace.
Don't you ever downgrade me, Kat.
I would never dare downgrade you, my friend. Are you kidding me?
Her friends are downgraded tonight.
Downgraded? What does that make them downgraded from friends to acquaintances? Like, how do you get downgraded as a friend?
I don't know, but I have to hear this. Her friends are downgraded.
You move from like the inner circle to the outer circle or something, maybe.
This is like another Slash day, but her
Right.
friends are OMG.
Downgraded. Okay.
I agree
Is
with
that-
Sarah. She's upset because she can't fist fight with Dawn right now.
Right.
That's normally how we burn through the fuel around there.
Yep.
Kind of downgraded tonight.
Get it off
Not
your chest.
like
Candace.
it. I mean, they were like my best friends. And I can't believe they were treated like they were. It's really disrespectful and downgraded, and I don't like it. And I love
Oh, this is what you were talking about earlier, her learning some new adjectives, right?
Yeah, they were.
So
She's upset. Her friends got downgraded.
Right. So you know
now,
when you said she learned some new adjectives, what you didn't mention was that she doesn't know how to use those adjectives yet.
no, but I mean, we're putting them where we think they fit.
Right.
My friends,
Yeah.
I'm kind of upset.
Uh-huh.
My friends have been downgraded. They were my
Downgraded.
best friends. Now they've been downgraded. Seems to me she's addicted to the attention. Someone did not immediately say, hey girl, how you doing? It hurt her feelings. So now we're doing this.
I'm okay tonight. I'm just kind of upset. I mean, my friends were kind of downgraded tonight.
It's just terrible, Candace. I'm
And
so
I
sorry
don't
to
like
hear
it.
that.
I mean, they were like my best friends.
They were like her best friends, so they're not her best friends anymore. Seems that she got into it with someone because Candace isn't the type of friend who's going to give a crap if anyone's talking bad about her inner circle.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to get on her wavelength about how we downgrade our friends. Okay, getting it.
And I can't believe they were treated like they were. It's really disrespectful and downgraded, and I don't like it. And I love them to death.
Oh, I thought your kids were the light of your life, and
they love them to death. Okay,
right.
So I guess she does feel like her friends were picked on. It could go either way at this point.
Right.
I honestly don't know what she means. That statement makes no sense. On one hand, it sounds like she has an issue with her best friends. So she downgraded them. Now she makes it sound like they were kind of picked on the internet, which I don't even know what in the hell she's talking about. So we take a word like downgraded, which doesn't fit. But anyway, she used it perfectly, and I'm going to use it that way from now on too. I found a new way to use that word. Like, I'll downgrade like my cable package and stuff like that. But the way she's using it, I'm gonna start using it that way.
Okay, you know what I think, Brooks? I actually think I got an upgrade when I became your friend.
I got an upgrade because you're my friend.
Look at us getting upgrades while she's getting downgrades.
Everybody in here, all 820 of you, you all got an upgrade today. I would never downgrade you. Exactly, Stella. Wouldn't you want to upgrade your friends? Yep.
Just did. We did round here. Don't know what's going on with Candace, but we upgrade our friends round here, not downgrade them.
Allison, thank you for the upgrade there, Brooks. Everyone's upgraded. Everyone.
Hey.
Opposite day around here. We're not doing. Turistida said downgraded, an old term for criticism and being made to feel less than.
Nope, I think you mean degraded.
For her to worry about than clicks on the internet. She needs
Mhm.
to be worried about her missing daughter,
Mhm.
her
That's
3 boys in foster care,
Mhm.
and she is going to have to do some serious self-care, which is going to take professional intervention.
Yep. Absolutely. And she, she might at some point have to come to the terms with the fact that she's actually got 2 other children as well that she never mentions.
They are out of sight, out of mind. And
Mhm.
it's getting that way with the boys as well. We
Yeah.
heard the first clip where she said they were.
Mhm.
So we're starting to distance and disassociate because the work she's going to have to do, and she knows what it is. It's not about picking up the toilet paper in the dining room. She knows that. I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
she needs to do those things too. That's the easy stuff. That's the easy stuff. The hard part, she was sitting there giving the lecture the other night about how Donnie needs to fix himself and she can't do it for him. Well, she can do it for her. She's going to have to
Mhm.
get some help. She's going to have to reach out, and she's got plenty of people. Well, she's on the internet all the time. It's a Google search. Outpatient.
I guess if things go the way that I feel that they're going to go in this case, she's going to know what downgraded meant, because she's going to go from having that house there on the hill to a room with a bucket in the corner to piss in. So then she'll know the meaning of the word downgrade. So I wouldn't be worrying too much about whether you've got a Himalayan salt lamp and all of that shit, Candace. Ultimately, that's probably not going to be where this case ends up anyway. So don't worry too much about downgraded friends right about now.
Nope. And you shouldn't really be worrying about adults and the way they're talked about on the internet. They are adults and they know how to block and stay away. Your friends need to be advocating for your daughter. The boys are fine. They are in homes, okay, where they are protected from all this. You need to be advocating for Summer and leave all the other stuff alone.
Her boy's got an upgrade. Just saying.
It's absolutely crazy. That would be, a normal person. That would be the forefront of your mind. You would worry about your missing daughter. Especially it would be unnerving where they're doing the searches. Do they not, even when Dawn, and I'm telling you, I never thought I'd say it, I miss old Dawn. Does it not jerk any of their nerves? We saw what got Candace going last week. Lawson calling her out.
Yeah.
Does it not unnerve them or downgrade them? We can probably use this word a million ways. When they are searching so close to where they live.
And every search has been that close as well. There was further field searches originally, but every search they've done since the original search has been within that same radius of their home.
Exactly. It's been right there. You would think that would be unnerving.
Hell yeah.
They're not going to keep searching that area if they don't think there's something there. Sorry, they're not.
No.
They never left that area last June. They went back in the fall, that area, and they were back there recently.
Yeah. And they're not going to waste time and resources by searching an area where they don't feel they're going to get results from. That doesn't mean they're necessarily going to get the result they want from this search, but they're not going to go search somewhere where they know it's not likely or possible that she is going to be, They use their resources wisely.
Musa, Brooks, why are you so mean? I'm not mean. What's mean is that this little girl has been missing for almost 9 months.
Right.
And her mother is not advocating for her. That is very mean. That's mean. That's heartless. There's our girl, Brandy Neal. You walk every inch with Ellie, and this woman did. This is the mother of Michael Vaughn, who was abducted in Fruitland, Idaho last July.
Brandy. Hey, Brandy. It's good to see you here.
Let's all give Brandy some love. Welcome, Brandy. We're
Definitely.
behind you 100%, Brandy.
Yep, we are Brandy strong in
100%.
here.
What was the hashtag in the show we did for Michael?
It was hashtag Be Brandy Strong.
Be Brandy Strong. Yeah, I loved when that was brought up. Be Brandy Strong. Yep, let's give Brandy some love because I'm telling you, she is a pillar of strength.
Yeah.
The way
The other
is
hashtag
holding,
we use is Bring Monkey Home.
Bring Monkey Home and Be Brandy Strong. The
Yep.
way she is holding her household, her other children together while fighting her ass off to find her son. This is a mother that wants her child back.
Mm-hmm. She's remarkable.
Absolutely remarkable. Well, you guys are remarkable too. And you know what else is remarkable?
Members Live.
We have a Members Live. We have some new members that came in today. Don't miss it. Don't miss it.
You're going to love it.
You're going to love it. We have fun every Friday, and it's a good deep breath and downgrade to get into the weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
So as always, Kat, who has upgraded me because it's an honor to know you and you're a wonderful friend.
The same, Brooks. Thank you so much for today. Thanks for letting me come up on panel and chat with you.
Mamusa, Brooks, they say you are not mean. I apologize. It was just that you said that her son's got an upgrade. That I found mean.
Brooks didn't say that. I said that, by the way. That wasn't Brooks. That was me that said that.
Yeah, Kat's the bitch, not me.
Right. If anyone's mean around here, it's going to be me.
You're not going to control Kat. I want the boys to have a second chance. I don't want them to live in a household full of domestic violence, toxicity, alcoholism, drug abuse. They have a missing sister, and they have been neglected and abused. So yeah, I want nothing but the best for the boys. I do.
Same.
And I want a wonderful outcome for summer. I want a wonderful outcome for summer.
Yeah.
No thanks said. Brandy is very amazing. She is. I don't know how she does it. And she's got this community supports. I know no thanks is the same way, and many others 100%.
100%.
Lisa Biss, new member. Thank you, Lisa.
Hey.
Thank you. And we will see you at noon. We will see you at noon. Kat, as always, thank you for all your hard work and what you do.
You're welcome.
Victims, and you're going to be back here with me in about an hour and a half, right?
Wild horses wouldn't keep me away, Brooks. You know that. I'll see you later.
I'm going to take you up on that challenge. If I find some wild horses over by Buckingham Palace, I'm sending them your way.
Honestly, if there was wild horses, I would be running a mile because I don't like horses. They scare me. So the whole analogy just got downgraded. Right, I love you anyway. I'll speak to you later. Thank you so much for having me on.
Probably talk to you in about 30 seconds. You know how it goes.
Okie dokie. See you, Brooks.
All right. Hey, you guys are the hang on. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for being here. Maria, thank you for becoming a new YouTube member. This case is horrific. It is a tragedy, and every day that goes by, it gets worse and worse. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We have parents that are not advocating for the disappearance of their daughter. I don't know what is more sad. I don't know what is more sad. When I see women like Brandy Neal, Stacey Jones, Bree Michelow, and I'm like, these women have done nothing but put their lives on hold, but yet held everything together to advocate for their children. We don't see it in this case, so we do what we can. I will see you back here at noon. If I miss you at noon, I will be back at 9 a.m. Central Monday morning. As always, thank you, Mod Squad. You guys are the coolest click on the web. And you guys, actually, collectively, you all are, because the best chat on YouTube, the best community. I will see you back here at noon. Don't forget to hit me up in Discord or come see me over on the Facebook page. See you in a little bit. Bye-bye.